Hey, my name is Shadowsense, and you're watching Vampire the Masquerade Shadows of New York. We ran into Tamika after we went into like a weird darkness-induced haze, I guess, for lack of a better word. She killed a bunch of Second Inquisition guys, and so now we're just trying to get away from that, I think. So you planning to snitch on me, Shadow Girl? Why would I do that? Let me get this straight. You really think I'm dumb enough to believe for 1 second that a Camarilla investigator would just so happen to stumble upon the alley where I just killed a bunch of SI motherfuckers? If so, you're the one who's dumb, sister. Looks like I need to show her I mean business, just like I showed Nastia yesterday. Oh yeah, last episode we met Hope, also from the last game, who's now the CEO of a giant tech organization. So, you know how that goes. What the hell? For some reason, my phone just started playing Shawn Mendes. I don't listen to Shawn Mendes, so like, what the fuck? That was scary. Look, I could give two shits whether you killed 1 or a dozen or 1,000 SI operatives. Whatever, do your thing. But I do think you might have been involved with a murder that actually concerns me. Callahan's murder. You know what, just for safety, I'm just gonna put my phone on airplane mode. What? What are you talking about? I found this on his body. Well, what remained of it. I show her the note. She tries to grab it and read it, but I don't let her. Aside from your name, we've got Hope, Agathon, and D'Angelo. You know them? Passingly. Any idea why Callahan would need a list of all your names? I might know why. Yeah. Do you? Absolutely. Do you know a man going by the name of Torque? Huh. Of course I do. Do you know about his connection to Boss Callahan and by proxy to this list and me? No, I'm all ears. Well, too bad because it's classified intel, sister. What do you mean by classified? Not free. Oh, great. As if I were in the position to or could afford any sort of quid pro quo, but fine, let's hear it. What do you want? She motions towards the bodies. I've killed too many of these assholes. They're tightening the screws. As it is, New York City is no longer safe for someone like me. Well, not that it ever was. Oh man, bracing for something unreasonable. What I need is a way out of the city. You offer that to me, I'll give you the intel you need. Huh, would you look at that? That's something I can handle actually, yeah. She raises her eyebrows. That's a surprisingly confident answer for a practically still a neonate. I'm something of an immigration officer. Psh, gotta say, you sound awfully close to a cop. Almost as bad, a bureaucrat. I know of a secret pathway that would lead you to the West Coast. 100% safe travel, and if you took it, you'd be untraceable. Sounds too good to be true. What's the catch? Wait until you see how much it costs. The only reason I know of this route is because of a certain Nazi criminal group that reached out to me on account of my position and offered a mutually beneficial deal regarding illegal kindred travel. Normally I'd refuse, but they offered me the only thing that can buy me. A lot of cash. Fine. Fine then. Money's not an issue. Now that's something I've never had a chance to ever say in earnest. Okay then. Alright, it's a deal, but who scratches whose back first? She ponders my question for a good while, studying me before she decides on a response. Have you met Torque before? In the course of your investigation or before? I wanted to, but on the Anarch side, I only managed to meet Mia and she wasn't keen on the idea of two of us meeting. Ah yes, Mia. Her expression betrays that she's got some vicious stories to tell, but it would be beneath her to divulge them. Too bad, maybe it could have been a bonding experience. So here's the thing, a few months ago Torque and I were together, a lot of things happened and a long story short, I no longer feel close to him, but from what I know he still feels close to me. Back when I thought there might be something between us, I gave him a ring that has a lot of sentimental value to me. And since these days sentimentality is all that keeps me going, I want it back. So my suggestion is, tell Torque's people I sent you to get inside his base of operations, meet up with him, ask him your questions, and convince him to give my ring back. You get to interrogate him, then I get to have my ring back, then you hear my side of the story, then I get to leave the city with your help. Everybody wins more than once. They will really let me in just because I tell them you sent me? They will. Trust me. That sounds too easy. What caused the two of you to drift apart? Irreconcilable differences in worldview. Well, I assume so, but that's a diplomatic answer. If I'm going to involve myself in the relationship drama of two ex-lovers, I'll need something more to go on. Will you? I would, yeah. She picks her words carefully. I realized I had become an element of his carefully crafted, projected image. Having me as a radical partner allowed him to present himself as a mediator while paying lip service to revolutionary ideas. A mediator. That's the 21st century for you. Everyone wants to be a middleman these days and nobody wants to do what's right. You serious? Whenever I hear about Torque from the Ancilla, they talk about him like he's the second coming of Mao. If you ever seemed that, it's only because from time to time people like me pushed him into doing an uneasy thing. Ever heard of the Southern Wolf and the Northern Fox? Both of them want to eat you for dinner, but only the Southern Wolf makes it immediately obvious. The tricky Northern Fox makes eyes and allows you to pet them before taking a bite. Torque loves to surround himself with Northern Foxes. They talk of compromises, they seem reasonable compared to the opposition, but at the end of the day, they have eyes on the same prize: power. Hearing this gives me a foreboding feeling, but I can't quite nail down why. Alright, tell me where to go and I'll tell you where we'll meet later. Uh-oh. I'm just chilling at Torque's and suddenly a shrill, loud voice pierces my eardrums. And what the hell are you doing here? Oh yay, it's the pissy lady from Torque's Inner Circles. Are you always this pissed off? Only when the Ivory Tower bootlickers pop up to ruin my day. If you want me to act happier, make yourself scarce. No can do. Your boss let me in here. The hell he did? Get out. Thought you'd be more open to cooperation after our last talk. Not when you're trying to make deals behind my back, bitch. Mia, it's okay. There he is, walking through the door. One of the most infamous New York City barons, or as some people started calling him the moment Callahan met his end, the Baron of New York City. Torque, we've talked about this. The situation is a little bit different now. Tamika sent her. What? Bullshit, I wasn't able to track her down for weeks. Well, I did. And guess what? It took me one night, you clown. I've had enough of bitchy henchwomen for the week, so I can't help but put her down. She shoots me a hateful look, but Torque gestures at her to stay quiet. This is a reason to celebrate, not get mad. Now if you allowed the two of us a private conversation. No way, I want to keep an eye on her. You will keep an eye on the exit and that will be enough. Please. He puts on his best authoritative tone and it works. No protests this time. Mia leaves the room. When talking to Mia, you mentioned cooperation. First I've heard about it. I tried to make friends with her so that the investigation would go more smoothly. Looks like it wasn't appreciated. I'm sorry about her. She can be overzealous, but usually that's not a bad thing. Yeah, sure. So has she told you I've been trying to reach you for a few nights? I don't think so. Have you? Well, I'm the dumbass the court ordered to investigate Callahan's final death, so considering your connection to the case, I thought it would be prudent for us to talk. Oh, so that's you. Yeah, now I know you're probably anxious to hear about Tamika. I'm surprised to hear you two know each other. We actually met through this investigation. Anyway, as I was saying, I know you probably can't wait to hear about her, but I'd like to ask you a few questions first. I understand. Do your job. Did you know Douglas Callahan? Of course I did. We were both barons. Kept having professional obligations to meet each other, but that was it. What was your private opinion of him? Same as everyone else's. A racist clown mentally stuck in the 19th century We spent too much time keeping the Anarchs down. I'm glad he's gone. You mean you're glad he met final death? Well, you know what they say. Hate to see you go, love to watch you leave. Weren't you the first kindred who saw his corpse? I was, but it was his ghouls who found him. By the way, we've established that some of them tampered with the crime scene. They were properly disciplined for that. Convenient story. Let's move on. What's your alibi for that night? None. I was running around town the entire night, taking care of various issues. Unrelated to Callahan, but I don't intend to divulge them to someone from the Ivory Tower. So you have no interest in proving yourself innocent. My official position was made clear. It's the Camarilla who are to blame. It's your job to prove me wrong. Kuromach. What's with these... Is that French? First of all, is that French? I'll correct myself on screen. But what's with all these French just phrases being thrown out? It's tripping me up. At least for once, can I face a problem that can be solved with pure logic and not politics? Unfortunately, no, Julia. Everything is politics. Any findings on your side that I should know of? Ask Mia. She's the one who handled the murder scene. I'm not privy to all the details. Hope, D'Angelo, Agathon. Any idea who those people are? Can't recall. Sorry. The evidence I found suggests a potential link between Callahan and Tamika. Any clue? I knew both of them well, but as far as I know, they've never met. That's it. Oh well, not sure what I expected. He's the kind of guy that could only be pushed to talk if I had something concrete to push him with. Time to move on. Well, regarding Tamika... Finally. I'll cut straight to the chase. She wanted to inform you she will be skipping town for a while. The SI is hot on her trail and she needs to lose them ASAP. Oh, I've told her countless times, if she's in danger, I will always be there for her. Does she think she can find a secure way out of the city in this situation? She's safe. So you say. She's got some other friends in high places. She'll manage to get out. Gotta admit, that's not what I expected to hear. Or what I wanted to hear. Why did she decide to contact me? She wants her ring back. His aura changes in the blink of an eye. Ah, I see now. So that's why she didn't show up herself. Wouldn't even face me when delivering the final insult. Uh-oh, looks like I stepped on a landmine. She said the ring was a symbol of trust she put in me. No way in hell I'm going to give it away. Not until she gives me a chance to explain myself. I need that ring to get Tamika to talk, but with the way he's acting, it doesn't seem likely he'll be willing to part with it. Might require me to act shitty, but maybe time to change my approach? I'm lying. Trade updated. You can't be a writer and not lie. Eh, that's true. Listen, this is none of my business, but I think you've got something wrong here. How exactly? She still loves you. Poof. He's only doe-eyed for a short moment, but it's obvious I hit him where it hurts. You said you just met her. How would you know? We fought an SI patrol together. That won me her trust, and then we had an unexpectedly honest talk, woman to woman. Glad Mia is away. If she was still in the room, I'd be far too embarrassed to let this shit escape my mouth, but Torque just nods, prompting me to go on. She's conflicted. She understands the painful realities of this world, but wants to hold on to her ideals. That's why it's hard for her to stay close to you. Even though deep down she resentfully respects your slow and steady work, she still wants to give her own approach a chance. Oh my god, what am I doing? Then why would she want the ring? To me, it's an obvious message. I was wrong to put my hopes in you. It's punishment. She wants it to remember you by, and to have the symbol of those hopes near her to remind her that there's always another way. Look, I know this is hard for you, but you gotta give her time and the benefit of the doubt. It will pay dividends in the long run, slowly make her realize her misconceptions might have been wrong. Ah, realization slowly dawns on him. Oh my god, he's actually buying it! I'm dying inside. He takes the ring out of his inside pocket and passes it on to me. Go. Tell her I'll be waiting and that my feelings haven't changed. Of course. Should Mia lead you out? No need, no need. I'll manage. As I leave, I feel very self-conscious about the pace of my walk. I feel like I just got away with murder. If he relays what I said to Mia, she will probably see through my bullshit in an instant. And oh well, won't be my problem at that point. Time to meet Tamika. I find her already waiting in front of the Jewish Museum. How did it go? She raises her eyebrows as I put her golden ring into her palm. I'm quite surprised, to be honest. I didn't think you'd succeed. Turns out... Oh god, I'm sorry. I had enchiladas before recording this, okay? Turns out I'm a talented diplomat. Psh, from my experience, it usually means a liar. She looks at the ring with a gentle gaze, then stores it safely in her pocket. Or has he really changed? Who knows? I just met him for the first time in my life. Unlife. Anyway, I kept up my end of the bargain. Of course, it's time I keep mine. Last year, a certain fledgling appeared in the city and attempted to build a coterie. That list you found on Callahan, that's the list they've got. They contacted each of us, then found themselves in deep shit. SI, Kaiser, Sophie Langley, some shadow players manipulating everything from behind the scenes, then they disappeared. Kaiser, that name popping up once again. Can't be a coincidence. No one knows where or why, doesn't really matter. That happens when you punch way above your weight. Hope they're doing fine despite all odds. In any case, Torque got involved too. That's how I met him, actually. He got hurt. Didn't want to say how, claimed it could put anyone he knew in danger. Whatever happened, it gave him the drive and the desire for change. For 2 months, he was a beautiful kindred, plain and simple. But suddenly, something in him snapped overnight. His tone mellowed out, his actions became timid. His language became more befitting of a political science student than a charismatic leader. I assumed he met someone who made him an offer he couldn't refuse, but I had no idea who that was. And then, one night, I followed him when he went out, and saw him scheming at the docks with Callahan. When he came back, we had an argument. When he refused to explain himself, I knew I was on my way out. And that was that. I understand. Wish I'd known that earlier, might have confronted the facts with him and learned something more. He never told me. Of all kindred, what makes you think he would have told you? She's got a point, I suppose. Alright, thank you. Now it's my turn. Here's your way out. I pointed at the manhole below our feet. Here's a map of the sewers. Follow the route, then burn it. You'll be looking for a one-eyed Nosferatu wearing tactical gear. Tell him I sent you, then give him the agreed upon amount of money. What kind of route will I be taking anyway? An armored van full of precious coffins. My man knows how to arrange them to allow for unnoticed extra cargo. Her face darkens. The circulatory system? What did you expect? The rich and powerful always get the blood they want one way or another. At least tonight, one of their routes will be used for something good. She drops her shoulders in resignation and opens up the manhole cover. Fine. But remember, if it doesn't work out, I'll be back at your doorstep with a vengeance if it's the last thing I do. I'm sure it'll work out fine, just beware the giant albino ghoul alligator while you're down there. Tamika rolls her eyes. Sewer ghoul alligator? For your information, it's just a story New York kindred tell neonates to mess with them while they're still gullible enough to believe anything they hear about their new world. Oh, that makes sense, I suppose. Well, this is a goodbye. If in a few months you hear that the First Light presence in Los Angeles has been decimated, assume that against all odds I'm still unalive and kicking. If you keep killing indiscriminately, you might cross a line of no return, you know. Shouldn't you take it easy for a while? Not until my brothers and sisters in blood stop being slaughtered. I care about what's left of my humanity, but turning a blind eye on kindred in need would be even less human. So that's the kind of person she is, and probably will be until the very end. It must be comforting, in a way, to know how your path will end, yet to follow it all the same. I could never do that. Here's some parting advice for you. We might be monsters, but we were lucky enough to be born into a world that's even more monstrous than we are. If we rebel against it, we may still find salvation. If only I could believe it. Didn't expect the preaching tone. Why are you telling me this? Because I think I have a pretty good nose for people's auras, and when I take a good look at you, I smell a penchant for ruthless opportunism. I smell a controlling anger that might get out of hand if you get a whiff of power. I smell someone who doesn't value the truth much. It's not much, just a hunch, but you seem prone to giving into the Camarilla's empty promises of safety and their petite bourgeois values. I think I should take offense to that. I hope you do. That would reflect on you well. In any case, whatever happens. See you in your next life, Julia. Safe travels, Tamika. I skipped tonight's visit to the church. I'm not in the mood to see Benoit. I'm still embarrassed about yesterday's outburst. And I'm kind of pissed none of the clan elders in Chicago bothered to reply to any of my fucking reports. No advice, no feedback, nothing. I feel like I was just left utterly alone. Besides, it's late. I always get back to the apartment early in the morning, right before it gets bright. It's getting risky to be out here so close to sunrise. Accidents can happen. I'll try to get back earlier tomorrow night. Attempt to surprise Dakota. Yeah. I'm back. Yay. How was work? All caught up? I managed to get my deadlines postponed. All our clients are canceling and delaying orders left and right. Huh. Does that mean you'll have time to help me with my makeup tomorrow? We'll see. Perfect. Alright, I need to disappear before the sun catches up with me. Hey. Yeah? I love you. Oh. An uneasy silence fills the room. I'm not getting out of this one, am I? Well, I've already come up with one love story tonight. What's another? I love you too. I quickly turn away to avoid looking at her sincere smile and leave to rest. Ooh, something tells me that might have not been real. I don't know, I'm sensing a little bit of tension. I finally reached Big Beat Burger, hoping to recuperate from all the mental damage accumulated over the past few nights. Only to find out that the doors are locked and nobody is inside. No, I need to be soothed. I need my routine. Autism. You've absolutely got to be kidding me. Closed? What the fuck do you mean closed? I mean, we are in the middle of a pandemic. Everything's closed. Pandemic? What pandemic? Do you live under a fucking rock? It's a new SARS virus straight from China. The whole world is going crazy over it. People are dying left and right. Holy shit. I didn't know something like this could still happen in this day and age. Somehow, it always felt like we were beyond it. Well, I guess it's lucky I'm dead. I walk away to avoid bringing more attention to myself. Now I understand why NYC feels downright apocalyptic tonight. It's like a psychedelic experience to see these familiar streets empty and abandoned. Well, let's see what parts of the city are still alive in the middle of a plague. And we will do that in the next episode. So, thank you guys so very much for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this one, please consider subscribing. And until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.